But I'm going to be in 1 Samuel chapter 14, verse 6 to start off with, and move through that. And then the 2 Samuel later. Yeah, just bear with me because my thoughts will be kind of scattered, but I pray that God will be with me. But today I'm going to be talking about friendship and relationships, like companionship with one another. And that is a big thing for me as I've come to know Christ and come in my walk, is the relationships I form with people in the church and people that are desired to live for God as I am, and that's really encouraged me. But we're going to look at David and Jonathan, and I think that is one of the greatest pictures of what friendship looks like, true friendship. But the first thing to note about friendship here is they had similar passions. David and Jonathan did. They had similar desires. And I think that's really when friendship can flourish, is when you have the same goal, the same beliefs, and the same wants. I'm a sports guy, so I kind of think of it as like in rec ball, there'd be that one kid that you're like, oh, I don't like him. Unless he's on my team, then I love him. We're like best friends all of a sudden. Because you have the same wants, the same desires. And a lot of y'all know the story of David and Goliath, but I'm going to talk about Jonathan before that. It's in church, verse 14. And it said, 14:6. And it said, Jonathan said to his young armor bearer, come, let's go over to the outpost of those uncircumcised men. Perhaps the Lord will act on our behalf. Nothing can hinder the Lord from saving, whether by many or by few. So kind of a little backdrop here is the people of Israel are scared of the Philistines, and they're kind of like hidden off. And they're scared to the point that the Philistines are like, y'all can't have blacksmiths. And they actually listen, and they go to the Philistines to get all their sword stuff done. And it's like, what? And it says that on the day of battle, in verse 13:22, so on the day of battle, not a soldier with Saul and Jonathan had a sword or spear in his hand. Only Saul and his son Jonathan had them. So it's like, only two people in the whole army have a sword or a spear. It's like that's what we're talking about here. But Jonathan's like, no, I believe that God can come through and work on my behalf, or on our behalf, and that we shouldn't be scared of them people over there because we have God with us. So we go to 11 through 14. It says, so this is Jonathan and his armor bearer. So both of them showed themselves to the Philistine outpost. Look, said the Philistines, the Hebrews are crawling out of the holes they were hiding in. The men of the outpost shouted to Jonathan and his armor bearer, come up to us and we'll teach you a lesson. So Jonathan said to his armor bearer, climb up after me. The Lord has given them into the hand of Israel. Jonathan climbed up, using his hands and his feet, with his armor bearer right behind him. The Philistines fell before Jonathan, and his armor bearer followed and killed behind him. In that first attack, Jonathan and his armor bearer killed some 20 men in an area of about half of an acre. So they were sitting there talking junk to Jonathan and his armor bearer. And Jonathan's like, nah, guys are living under us. And they go up there and they kill about 20 men. And to the point that it sent the Philistines running. And the Israelites that were like hiding out, they came and it says they were chasing them in hot pursuit. So he killed 20 and then sent them running. I'm talking about an army that had no swords or spears or chasing after an army. That's God right there, and that's God's power. And Jonathan believed in that. And it really reminded me of another person about a couple of chapters later, and that would be David and Goliath. As once again, yeah, y'all know this story, but everybody was scared of the Philistine. They were scared, and David's like, man, the God that created all of this is for us. Who can be against us? Who can stand against the army of the living God? And David would go and he would kill Goliath, with his sling of stone. He cut his head off and like holding the head. I think that's pretty cool, but the thing is, and then he's come back with the head, and they took him to Saul, and then Saul is like, and they're like, who's your father? And he's like, Father Jesse and this, and then after that we go to verse 18, 1 through 4, and this is right after he got done talking with Saul, and Jonathan's Saul's son. And I bet Jonathan just killed him 20 men, went up to him, and he showed no, he wasn't scared of him. And then he sees David do it, and I bet he's like, you know what? I want that to be my friend, because they had the same passions. And it said, and this is immediately after that, it says, after David had finished talking with Saul, Jonathan became one in spirit with David, and he loved him as himself. From that day, Saul kept David with him and did not let him return home to his family. And Jonathan made a covenant with David because he loved him as himself. Jonathan took off the robe he was wearing and gave it to David, along with his tunic and even his sword, his bow, and his belt. So, immediately after that, they're joined. It says, he loved him as himself. And that's a big thing in friendship as well, is loving the other person, caring for them. And it doesn't just say that he loved him as himself. It came to pass as Saul, Jonathan's father, became jealous of David. And Jonathan would look out for David and be like, my father's trying to kill you. You need to go. And then, he would care for him. So and that could be kind of be translated today, like, with your friends, caring for them, making sure they're all right, praying for them, and making sure they're all right spiritually. And here we go. And while Saul was jealous, Jonathan was not. And that's another thing that's one thing that cannot be in a true friendship that glorifies God, is jealousy. Because you notice when David came up and he killed Goliath, Jonathan was like, well, I killed them other people, No, they were just kind of like, he was like, they joined and they were friends. He loved them as himself. So jealousy is not a part of it. And I've been guilty of that. And I know a lot of times in the church you can be like, why are I doing that, for God? And why are you working with me like that? But that doesn't have any place. So that's with Jonathan and David. And but here I'm going to go to 2 Samuel chapter 12, and it's with Nathan. And I'm sorry, I said but in this scripture, this is when David had looked on Bathsheba and then went and got her, and he knew that, and he had made her pregnant, and then he ended up killing her husband. I don't know if y'all know that story. I didn't explain it well. But pretty much David had messed up. And God sent Nathan to come talk to David and be like, he told him a parable, or not a parable, but like a little story about this dude with a lamb and it getting killed, and pretty much just kind of symbolizing what David did, just different where David wouldn't notice it. And then I'm going to read 5 through 8. And it said, after he told him this, David burned with anger against the man and said to Nathan, as surely as the Lord lives, the man who did this must die. He must pay for that lamb 4 times over, because he did such a thing and had no pity. Then Nathan said to David, you are the man. This is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. I anointed you king over Israel, and I delivered you from the hand of Saul. I gave your master's house to you, and your master's wives into your arms, and I gave you all of Israel and Judah. And if all of this had been too little, I would have given you even more. So, Nathan came to David and told him that he messed up, and told him what God had said to him. But Nathan was not scared to come to the king of Israel and say, the Lord says you've messed up. And that's another quality of a good friend, is being able to come to your friend and hold them accountable for what they do. Not out of a heart of wanting to see them fall and being like, oh, you messed up, but so they can, because you care for them and want them to do better and want them to live an abundant life with Christ, not in sin. And that's what I have, and I just am really thankful for the friends and the people that God has put in my life in this church and around that mean a lot to me, and that have really encouraged me in my walk with Christ. And I encourage you to get people like that.